Hello and welcome to another episode of the Growth Series, and today we're going to be talking about procrastination. And I know this is one thing that a lot of persons are struggling with. You're struggling with your book, you're struggling with your business goals, you're struggling with your career goals, you're struggling with something, and that makes you feel that you're procrastinating, which of course is true. So today we're going to be looking at the various causes of procrastination and how you can actually defeat procrastination. This is very important. Now, number one thing I need you to know is that procrastination is a result of various factors. So procrastination is not just a cause, or it's not something that you can hold on to. It's caused by something. For instance, if you cannot write, it could be that you don't know how to write. It could also be that you need to learn how to write articles, or you need to learn how to write a book. If you cannot write, it could also mean that you're so busy with work or something else and that you don't have enough time for that goal. It could also mean that you have time for the goal, but you are not accountable to that goal. This is very important. Now, another thing I need you to know is that you don't have enough motivation. When you're not motivated to do something, trust me, you will not do it. For instance, I'm recording this video for you because I am motivated to do this. I want to do this and I am motivated. That is also the same thing you want to pay attention to. The fact that when you want to do something and you are not motivated, it makes you to stop doing that, not to even take action on that thing. This is something you want to pay attention to. So how can you improve your motivation? Do you want to read from people? Do you want to listen to people who are motivating you? For instance, I have a list of people who I read from. These people are usually on my first scene, right? I get access to their content first. Whenever I come online, I get to read from them before every other person. Now I get motivated to push on for the day. This is something you also want to pay attention to. So who are the people who motivate you? Put them on first thing so that you can get to read their content before every other thing. And not just putting them on first thing, be sure that you're following up with their content. Read and take action. Another point is the fear of failure. Now, most people are afraid of failure, and not just being afraid of failure, they don't even know that there is something called failure, right? So they don't believe that there is something called failure. For instance, someone who never believes that there is a path for them to fail will always keep running on autopilot. So you see them doing whatever they want to do the way they want to do it. Now, if you accept that there is something called failure, it helps you to recognize when failure is coming by, and not just so that you can avoid it, so that you can know how to avert it and help yourself not to come to that stage again. And even when you fail, you pick up the lessons and you keep moving. The problem with a lot of persons when it comes to procrastination is that they are afraid of failure. They don't want to fail, so they don't start the thing, they don't start the project. Let me tell you the facts. Whether you believe in failure, whether you're afraid of failure, the very moment you don't start something, that thing will never be fulfilled, that thing will never be executed. So know how to defeat the fear of failure. When you're able to defeat the fear of failure, then you can be able to defeat procrastination. Another point is perfectionism. People want to do this perfectly. They want to get better results. They want to get perfect result. Now, perfection is an unachievable axis, right? So it's just like an axis on the graph. When you're going, there's never going to be a point you stop at and say you have arrived at that point. Now, there is nothing like perfection. Instead, you can actually embrace excellence and professionalism. Excellence is relative. Now, what you might see as excellence might not be what another person is seeing as excellence. I hope you get that, okay? But the first thing remains that as long as you have an excellent mind, it helps you to do things excellently without cutting corners. It helps you to do things professionally without cutting corners. So instead of seeking perfection, always seek excellence, seek professionalism. Now, another thing is a lot of people are stressed. When you are stressed, you cannot take action on something. And let me tell you, stress is not just by doing physical work. Some people are stressed mentally. Now, you can be stressed mentally when you keep listening to things that drain you. You are in relationships and networks that drain you. For instance, you're always on social media and you keep exposing your mind to wrong information, negative information. This information begins to make up your thought pattern and your mental state is stressed. At that point, you cannot take any other decision. You cannot make a move. You are just there. Now, it could also be the network that you are in. Most of you get into networks and relationships that tend to drain you. Manipulative relationships that tend to take from you without giving you, right? When you're in this relationship, you become stressed. You cannot take action again. You are just focused on what you can do for others instead of what you can also do for yourself and what others can do for yourself, right? So pay attention to your stress level and be sure that nothing is draining you mentally and physically. And then finally, always learn to defeat low self-esteem. The reason you are not yet doing what you ought to do is that you do not believe in yourself. You're asking yourself, what will people think about this thing you are doing? What will people say about what you're doing? Low self-esteem. And at a point, you are at that position where everything you want to do has to be validated by somebody. Everything you want to do has to be validated by people, which is a very wrong stage, right? So be sure that you're building your self-esteem. Believe in yourself and don't allow people to, make you do things from their own angle. Be sure that that thing you want to do is what you want to do. Get started on it and don't allow people to stop you from taking action, right? Now, I hope with this you'll be able to defeat procrastination. Remember what I said from the beginning, procrastination is not just something that happens. It is caused by various factors. And in the next episode, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can actually defeat procrastination. Once I talk to you next time, keep becoming the very best of yourself and see you in the next episode of the Growth Series. Bye.
Did you get value from today's series? Then I'm inviting you to grab the Starters Profit Toolkit, which contains books and courses that would help you start your journey on the online space. And you can also join my special list on WhatsApp where I send my business love letters and all the amazing information to your inbox directly. So send a message now to 0902294347. That's via WhatsApp 09022943147. I'll see you on the other end. See you next week.